Hello, crafty friends, and welcome back. I have another pocket page for Off the Board. Today's theme is a mood board, and this is the mood board that I pulled my colors from, basically. And this school collection pretty much hit all of the colors that I needed here. So, this is documenting a page of just random pictures that we get from my grandson's daycare. Well, he doesn't go there anymore, that he stays home with his mom, but for about a year he went to daycare and had a lot of fun with his friends. And so these are just things have come a long way since my daughter was in daycare, that we would actually get pictures on an app of different activities that they did throughout the day, and whether they ate their food and diaper changes and all that kind of stuff, instead of just showing up at the end of the day, getting a handwritten note of what had happened, and taking that home with you. So it's been kind of fun to see how things have definitely upgraded since she was in daycare. And so mostly I am using a couple pieces from the new Simple Stories collection. I want to say it's called Bookworm, but I'm not sure if that's actually correct. But it came out earlier this year, and so it has definitely has a school theme to it, as well as some reading and books and things like that. So this pocket page is actually one from Doodlebug, and it has this long 2-inch by 12-inch strip. And so I thought that was a perfect place to use this pencil border sticker on, because it's not really big enough to use any kind of picture. I suppose you could, but I haven't ever used pictures within this 2-inch border strip. That I usually put some kind of title, or maybe if I'm documenting just everyday monthly pictures, that maybe the month that it was. So I have sprinkled these throughout his album so far, and that's usually what I use that pocket for. So I did just put that sticker there on a piece of pattern paper and called it done. So that pocket was easy to do. So the rest of this, that I have this 12 by 12 piece of white paper. I believe it's actually got some detail on it. It might be a piece from Hip Kit that has like dots on one side and maybe more of a solidy linen texture on the other side. So here you can see that I did want a red color for my background of my pictures, so I did use this pocket, or this cut apart, and just covered up the pencil image by staggering the photos there, and you can't even tell that there was actually a pencil there. So, and basically just kind of layering things up. I was trying to figure out how to cover up that kid's face, but you really can't hardly see it anyway to identify who it was. And actually this picture was probably about a year ago anyway, so this kid looks nothing like that anymore anyway. So here we go. So just adding more stickers and embellishments, and just to kind of further support that he was actually coloring a picture with a marker there. And so here, just cutting off the branding strip, and that will go, well, actually, I think I decided to use it, that's why I cut it off specifically, because I wanted this blue color at the bottom of the card to kind of ground everything, since my pictures were actually hanging off of that 3x4 cut apart card. So that actually gave a way to kind of ground the picture and polish things off. So now that I kind of had all that stuck down, that I did glue down that one main piece, and that pocket is done. So here I'm going to start the base of my layout here with that tag. So I did use my hole punch to punch the hole, and I will use some thread, crochet thread to not have a naked tag hole. So let's see. So I did use some scrap papers to map my photos. I'm going to pull in that same blue paper that I used that border strip on, just to kind of add, I try to use all of the same colors around all of the pockets to have a good flow between all of them, so they all coordinate together, um, but not necessarily have to match each other and have the same topic in each pocket. So in this one, I did try and group the pictures together based on maybe activities. So this one looks like it was another activity that they were doing with probably brushes. And I think that's what I talk about here. I use that tag as my journaling there, and I know it's difficult to see here, but in the close-up pictures, you should be able to read what I wrote in that little section. And that's just to remind us of what he was learning that particular time in his life. Just add that little pencil there for, so I did mention that I was using the new Simple Stories collection, but I do still have some old sticker sheets from school collections of when I was documenting his mother's school days. And so I've got some Echo Park, as well as some older Simple Stories collections as well. So I did just kind of pull off various stickers that were in the size and color that I was looking for to add to each of the cards. So here again, I am using this tag primarily for just the color of the tag, and I do cover up the actual image on there. And so this actually looks like I wasn't using crochet thread. For this one, I'm actually using this red grid ribbon. I do get that from my local craft store, that Memory Bound, that they carry this. You can order it, I believe, by, I don't know if it's by the yard or by the foot, but it's actually a really fun product to use, and it, especially on tags, because it curls up real nicely like that, just naturally because of how it comes off the roll of that it is stored on. And so even I've had this roll of items for quite some time, and it still is curly like that. So it doesn't straighten out unless you actually make it straighten out. So here you can see that I am using this U rule image and covering up the image on the tag, but trying to strategically place everything to also get this title within this card here. So add that apple there, and as you can see, I did, for some of the stickers I am adding adhesive, and others I'm not. I'm not sure why I was doing that, other than if it was going over multiple layers and I thought it needed help making sure it would stick. But since these are going into an actual pocket page protector, that if it does fall off, it'll stay within the pocket and I can fix it at another time. So usually Echo Park and Simple Stories, the sticker sheets, their stick is usually really good on those. So I haven't ever had a problem before. So that pocket is completed, and so here I've cut another tag, and this time, instead of the grid ribbon, that I did have this, it's actually kind of a thick cording that came in a 49 and Market, I think it was called like an embellishment kit or something, and it was from a travel collection quite some time ago, and I didn't really use the thread as they intended to. And so once I had used all the things from that collection, that I did destash it and put it into my, along with everything else in my stash, that if it's not with the main collection, that I do just put it with my ribbons and threads. And so this color matched perfectly. So it was actually a good addition to add, since the tag was already red. I did want a contrasting color to use for the ribbon versus the red grid ribbon on top of the already red tag. So that's why I went with the different color here on this particular pocket. So there you can see I had created a cluster there with the round bit, the long wordy bit, as well as that star. And so then once I got everything on there with the tag, that I did use my tiny attacher to staple that cording so it would stay onto the tag there. So, oh, here I do decide to add this border sticker with the scallop, and so I do kind of have to work what I had stuck down previously to get that up underneath what I had already stuck down. So here I'm working on the next pocket here, and so I do trim down my pictures a little bit so I can use this piece of red scrap paper to map my photos. And just trimming down the edges so they are all just slightly showing around the photo. I don't measure, I just go by, it looks close enough. So there are those two photos, and so this pocket is actually a 4x6 vertical. And so I had this cut apart here with that notebook cut edge, but I didn't want what was showing on the actual card. So I did place my photos strategically to show, and then I'm using that scrap piece of paper to make the separation between the white cut apart and the actual white on the background. So here I'm just kind of making sure that that sticker I wanted at the bottom of this card here, but I wanted it still on a scrap piece of acetate so it wouldn't stick down completely to the page, but I could work on the spacing of everything. And so I was trying so hard to get that top part covered up, and in the end I moved it down and just put a sticker there over the top. So I finally got all the spacing and everything to work out with all my stickers and embellishments. And so here I'm just looking through the stickers again to just see what else I can add and get on this card. And let's see, look at that cute little face. Oh my goodness. We just got to spend some time with him this weekend, so that was fun. And add a little stick pin there to kind of ground that. And so here I'm get all of my cards back on here and just decided that I needed to add another little bit there underneath that bit of cording. And so here are the close-up shots. So if you have any questions for me, please feel free to leave those down below. There is a playlist down below of everybody playing along. Go check them out. And thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.